Today we're going to the worst subreddit that's ever existed. It's truly the most vile place I've ever found, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So buckle up, put the kids to bed. This one is going to be a little bit bad. Today we're going to be visiting our breeding. I found a photo of this on Twitter a couple days ago, and I didn't think it was real. So my curious little eyes went and started looking. You know you're gonna have a great time when you're greeted with a literal warning. We don't need to do any research, so we're going in this blind. Because you and me, we're shy little guys. We're curious. We like gossip and drama. Let's jump in. The best place for us to start is gonna be right here. Let's read what this subreddit is all about. When just f***ing your family isn't enough. We are off to a killer start right now. Subreddit for adult breeding and pregnancies. We aim to be a supportive and positive community for people who have or are going through pregnancy with family members or are part of such families. Has anyone seen that 4chan green text that talks about like communities and how pre-internet, when you had a bad idea, you tell someone about your bad idea and then they were like, hey, that's a really bad idea. And now with the internet, they're like, hey, that's a bad idea. And now you go on Reddit and it's like, wow, I also have that bad idea. And they form these communities with the worst people imaginable. Kind of, this is like the perfect example of what that is. Enough fooling around. We're going to jump in here. Let's start with literally the first post. Let's start with user Preg by Bro. I read the post they just made and it's literally just saying, hey, I want to make family trees for your weird little freak family, but it does get interesting if we start going down into this person's profile. Let's dig in here, huh? I've done a little bit of scanning, and first of all, this person has 2 children with their brother. Icky. So gross. P.U. stinky. Your sister is a booger monster with cooties. Ew. All right, I found an AMA thread here, so let's go through some of the highlights that I'm finding. Good to read, still a familiar name after all these years. How is life between you two? Are you still madly in love? How often do you still have... Do you still call each other as brother/sister? Maybe as a potential turn on. Or does it actually not matter? Life is good. Def still madly in love, and we make love as often as we can. We have called each other many things during, which is always a turn on. Do your parents know about how many kids you two had together? Yes. How supportive are they? They are fine with it now. All right, let's move on because this is just, I mean, we've just started at the tip of the iceberg. Let's go down to post by Lost Little Girl 24. The post says, my grandfather might get me pregnant.
Hi everyone, I'm a new member of this community. I, 24 female, have been in a relationship with my mom for years. I don't know if I'd consider us to be a couple or not. I live with her and we share a bed. We spend a lot of time together, do couple things, etc. For a while now, I've been thinking about the idea of becoming a mom. Obviously, mom can't get me pregnant. God, I wish she could though.
God, I wish she could. Curse the heavens, my own mother is incapable of getting me pregnant.
A couple weeks ago, we were talking in bed, and I again brought up my desire to be a mom, and jokingly asked if my grandfather, her dad, would consider getting me pregnant. My shock, without missing a beat, she said he might consider it. I was like, what?
This is like perfect material for the Big Bang Theory.
I won't go into all the details, but she mentioned it to him, and he was receptive to the idea. But of course, there would have to be a lot of discussion first on everything from my readiness to be a mom, on how it will change my life, etc. But the first thing would be to see if I'd be comfortable having. We had him over for dinner Friday to kind of test that out. My mom and I made a light dinner. We didn't want us all to be too full to make the rest of the night weird and uncomfortable. And he came over to spend the night with us. Afterwards, we relaxed and had a bit of wine and we talked. Then my mom suggested we all get ready for bed. I won't go into everything, but we had. That was really great, and there was absolutely no awkwardness or anything between my grandfather and me. In fact, it was really freaking great. Y'all talked the next day about everything, including the idea of him getting me pregnant, and we were all pretty comfortable with it. Obviously, there's so much more that needs to be discussed and thought through, but I'm so excited about this first step. In the meantime, we're going to start including more often in our lovemaking and see how that goes.
Whoa. Wow. I don't even know what I am at a loss for words. I am praying that this is like some super gooner, super burn brain gooner who's like, oh
oh yeah, a mom and her daughter, they're like scissoring, and then she's like, hey mommy, why don't we get pep in here? And then, oh my god, I'm gonna explode in my trousers. Oh, good heavens.
That's kind of what I'm hoping is happening. And actually, I just noticed something. The one of the moderators here is Fam Fapper. Great Marvel Rivals name. Any of you can take that. So for all of our sanity, we're just going to assume that this was a Gooner post. It seems a little too ridiculous. Or maybe I'm just in denial of how sick and twisted and warped this world has become. Maybe we do need a Fourth Crusade or a Fourth Reich. Or, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we just need a mass extinction event. Maybe that meteor cannot come fast enough. And I hope the first place that meteor hit is the hard drive in which r/inbreeding is stored on in the Reddit headquarters. Let's move on to another one, okay? I mean, just so we're clear, at this point, we have explored 2 posts on the subreddit that have been posted within the last month. Let's switch it up a little bit. We're going to go, instead of by best, let's go to top. And all time, living on a farm with my family. Okay, this has to be Gooner fantasy. My name is Ann. I'm 29 years old. My family owns a fairly large farm and has for the past 3 generations. My great-grandfather about 1940. Okay, boring. I am usually nude, especially in the summer when it is very hot. Most of the women are, but my male family members are the ones who mostly work in the fields, so they need to wear clothing for protection. My mother are in charge of making clothes, but they don't make them often. In the winter months, especially now, I do have a nice wool coat of sorts, and that is usually enough. We are very open with Shrek. I personally am what you would consider pre-use, as are some of my sisters and cousins. None of the women use any sort of anti-pregnancy medication, and as such, we have quite a few little ones running around. All right, I think we'll end there on this post. Probably Gooner fantasy about women walking around, like being on a farm, and then the women are walking around. I notice a lot of these posts are from the perspective of women, which really makes me think it's just almost entirely Gooner fantasy. Okay, here we found ourselves a little bit of a riddle, huh? My little sister is my daughter. This is a riddle. This should be on an IQ test. How can a little sister be someone's daughter? Sometime back, my mom asked me to be a sperm donor since my dad wasn't able to fill his duties. Fast forward to my sister or daughter being born and 18 years passing. Now I'm finding out she's in the same kink. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna knock up my daughter, who is okay. This can't be real. This is just a Gooner subreddit, okay? I don't think any of this is real. I don't think any of it has ever been real. And there have been some fantastic memes. But truthfully, I think all of this is just really, there's just no way. This isn't real. Like, you click on any of these and it's all just like these, like, they're all like these in-depth fantasies. It's not anything like, hey, so what are the birth defects of my child gonna be? Will my child be able to see if they're born without eyeballs because I had a relations with my biological brother? This is the kind of thing I imagine being subreddit to be about, mostly medical questions and, like, stories about all their kids opening, like, certain layers of hell and unleashing demons into the world. Not so much of, like, yeah, and then I found my brother pinning me down, and I smelled my panties, and he said, sister, you've been working on the farm. You need a punishment. There's a reason Mom and Dad named you Claire, because I'm gonna make you my little Claire. We're gonna go ahead and end the video there. Thank you so much for watching this incredible historic content. Takeaway, don't come here. Stay away from the subreddit. It's definitely just some perverts role-playing as if this is real. If for some slim chance anything that we explored today is real, may God have mercy on mankind, for we have drifted so far from our heavenly kingdom that we don't deserve to go back. Everyone always asks, like, why did kids get cancer? Why do horrible things happen? This is why. This subreddit is the reason everything horrible in the world has ever happened. This is the product of Satan. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, send this video to a family member, probably your parents, someone who you think would really like this, and join Discord. Join the Discord. We got lots of fun activities in there. And if you find weird stuff, I'd love to make a video about it. So thank you so much. Kisses. Goodbye. One love, Young Money.